Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we've got 3 cool bands to check out today, 3 new bands to the channel, and they're not all in the same genre, but they've all got kind of a gothy edge to them in a way. We've got a goth rock band, we've got a rock and roll band, and we've got some horror punk back on the channel as well today. And while they're all different genres, I do think they kind of go together quite nicely. They've all got that melodic edge to them by the sounds of things, and I think they're going to go nicely together. So we'll see how we get on. But when we checked out those horror punk bands a week or 2 weeks ago, God knows how long it was now, I really enjoyed it, and I actually had those bands stuck in my head for quite a few days after listening to that. The melodies there just are really catchy, get stuck in your mind and just keep going round and round. So yeah, it is very catchy music. I do want to listen to some more of it this year. We've got 2 bands in today's video that have made a priority submission, which is super dope, so thanks very much for that. The first one we're going to check out, new band, Jake's Mistakes. Their track is called An Iety. Let's get it on the screen. They've got an official vid for us as well. Here we go. Man, clatter on that snare. Oh, this one's in mono.
Find your closure in the box that made you insane in the first place. I'll let you hear me.
Bass sounds good.
For as long as you fear me, I am your reality. Put an X on my neck and signal me from the rest. On my neck, man, I'll never get no rest. I want you to hate me.
I like the effects on the vocals.
While you can't live without me. The fear in your bones never felt more like home. You will take me to your grave, you will die my slave, cause I became your oxygen when you let me in. Put an X on my neck and single me out from the rest. Put an X on my neck, man, I'll never get no rest.
Drum kit looks dope with all those lights on it. The mix of drum kit really weird in this one, loads of high end to it. Cool. I really like the video for this one. I thought it just looked super dope with all the lights on the drum kit, the red and black. If you watch this channel, you know I love red and black. I think it's the dopest 2 colours to go together. It just looked really cool on stage, man. I'd be digging that if I'd gone to a show and it all just looked like that. You just get into it. Dope. I thought this was a cool one. Now, it's a shame that it came out in mono. We had that problem yesterday with the bands. And I'm going to guess, because not many bands mix in mono nowadays, that was an error in the video, and it was meant to be in stereo, because it did affect the sound of the mix and stuff, gave it that raw mono type sound. You could still hear the bass nicely in this one, though, and I like the way that it's got that kind of undercurrent groove to it, you know, just the bass and the drums. I love it when you just break down to bass and drums. It really gives it a vibe. And this gothy music is all about a vibe and stuff, you know. That's a big part of the music and the whole scene of it all. So yeah, I think it's cool. I do think the gothiness, I never actually used to be into gothiness. When I was back about 20 years ago when I was into hardcore and stuff, I loved Marilyn Manson, but that was as far as I'd go in terms of gothy music. And I really only liked Antichrist Superstar. And some of the other gothy stuff really just wasn't my bag whatsoever. The more we've been listening to it now, maybe I've matured or something. But yeah, I'm starting to like it more. I think it's got a cool vibe, and I like it. Yeah, so there you go. Just shows you music taste can change over the years, and stuff that you really had no time for back in the day now starting to sound pretty good to your ears. The next band we're going to check out also made a priority submission. Thanks very much for that. This is a new band to the channel as well, AlleHackbar. These guys are a hard rock and roll band, but they do seem to have some gothy edges to their music as well. They've got skulls and stuff all over their artwork, which is very gothy as well. They sent over just a 30-second album trailer for their latest album, and I was like, well, I can't just spin 30 seconds of these guys as a trailer, so I have lined up one of their older tracks as well. I think it's about a year old, that we can listen to as well. So yeah, if you're going to send something through, let us listen to a full track, but we'll listen to this album trailer as well. This is for their new album, In Your Face. Oh, better get it on the screen. Here we go.
Rock is good for you. Rock is good for me. Rock and roll
13 songs.
Life is fucking beautiful. I think there is no fucking
Oh no, this came out in 2020, so it's not a new album.
Saturday Night Fever on Friday afternoon. Saturday Night Fever on Friday afternoon.
Well, it seems like cool music whenever it came out, regardless of that. So maybe we are going to listen to a track off this album today. Maybe they just sent through the wrong link. But the track we're going to listen to today is called Religion. So let's give it a spin.
You ask what's down with me, living for soy punk, heavy rock and roll, dirty hard, motherfucking party sound. We came to your town and rock this fucking ground. Rock is good for you, rock is good for me. Rock and roll is a religion that didn't smack you on your knees. Rock is good for you. Rock is good for me. Rock and roll is a religion that didn't smack you on your knees.
Good energy. Cool.
Kicking ass, dirty rock. We smell some funny flowers. You are often fooled by your society, but not from rock and roll. You will see. Rock is good for you. Rock is good for me. Rock and roll is a religion that didn't smack you on your knees. Rock is good for you. Rock is good for me. Rock and roll is a religion that didn't smack you on your knees.
Everyone's getting their top off with this one.
We can sit on a couch and watch TV, but I'd rather to be on stage. Back on the road, back on the track. The next show to break your neck. Rock is good for you. Rock is good for me.
Dope. Killed it. But these guys when they sent through the submission, it just said "party hard" with an exclamation mark, and you can see that's what these guys are all about. It's what this type of music's all about. Just puts a big smile on my face. It's got a great energy to it. The drummer did a great job in this one as well. Just keeping it driving all the way through. A nice bop in there. The riffs were good as well, driving forward. And the whole music just feels like it's just marching forward the whole time. Really got a good energy to it. You could see they're loving it in the video as well. And that comes across in the music. And when you see, I just love seeing guys enjoying whatever music they're playing, just enjoying it, getting into it, and you can see that it's a genuine expression from them. That's what I love. That's all I ever really want from a band. And when they put that through the video as well, I just get into it even more. Puts a big smile on my face. Love to see it. So yeah, I thought these guys killed it for the kind of music, and I thought they did. In a way, you know, it's pure rock and roll music, but the rock and roll music with the group vocal in that way has got those, you know, similarities to that kind of horror punky style. I thought some of the riffs had a punkiness to them as well, you know, almost a slight hardcore edge to it. So I think the three bands today, even though they are different genres, we've had goth rock, rock and roll, and now we are going to check out some horror punk for the last band. You know, if all these three bands were on a lineup together, yeah, I think you'd enjoy it still. They'd all go together pretty nicely. The last band we're going to check out is called the Crimson Ghosts, and these are a horror punk band. And since we did the horror punk show a couple of weeks ago, I have had a few more submissions coming through, because otherwise I didn't have any whatsoever. This track is called Nearly Free. It's from Not Yet Human, which came out in 2018 apparently. So let's give it a spin.
You're nearly free.
I do like the melodies in this music. Another great video. Killed it. This horror punk is really fast tempo. The more I hear it, the more I'm really starting to enjoy this kind of stuff. Not just the speed of it either. I think the way they work the melodies in this kind of music is just cool. And if I'd heard, as I say, if I'd heard this back in the day, 20 years ago, when I was more into hardcore and stuff, I would have had no time for it whatsoever. I can just tell you that now. I just would have thought it was cheesy, campy, and not serious enough for me to kind of get into. But I don't know. The more I hear it now, I really, really enjoy it. And none of those things bother me about it whatsoever. I actually like that about it. That it's kind of tongue-in-cheeky. It's got that kind of dress-up side to it and all the rest of it as well. I like that. Somewhat more to get into and express yourself in those ways. So yeah, it's funny how your music tastes do change over the years. And stuff that I wouldn't have had any time for back in the day is really now starting to catch my ear. And actually intending this year to get a lot more horror punk bands on the channel. So if you're in a horror punk band and you've got a video, definitely send it over. I'm very interested to check it out. But I'm going to be looking about as well for other horror punk bands and seeing, trying to see if we can find some really nice ones or get an idea of what is a really, really nice horror punk band. So if you know who's the dopest but still pretty underground horror punk bands. I mean, I think all horror punk bands are underground anyway. But not the mainstreamy ones. Some dope underground horror punk bands. Let me know who they are so I can check out, or if they've got a video, just post a link of the video, because I really want to get to know what is the real dope stuff of this, because I think we've heard some really cool bands doing it, but I just don't know if they are the dopest ones, because I haven't heard enough of it. So, horror punk, sounding really, really dope. But I think all the other bands today have sounded dope. They've had a great energy. They've had that rock element to it, with the group vocal element to it in all of the bands today. So, man, I do think that even though, as I say, these bands are different genres, yeah, they're sharing some of the flavors and some of the ingredients that go into their music to where you can, if you're not just stuck in one genre, you can appreciate all three of these bands today. And if they were at a lineup or at a festival or something like that, they wouldn't seem out of place. Why are they here? So yeah, dope, cool. It's nice to see, all these bands are kind of sharing things together as well while still being their own genre. Dope. So there you go. That's what I've got for you today. 3 cool bands to check out. As I say, if you're in a horror punk band, definitely send some stuff over, because this year is a year of horror punk for me. I think it's going to be. And I just want to check out more of it to see if I really do enjoy it. But the more I hear it, I'm thinking, yeah, my mind says you should check some more of this stuff out because you enjoy it. There you go. We'll see you around, guys. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.